About a year and a half ago, I was hanging out with my friend Jeff, and Jeff is kind of my resident Protestant friend. He's a wonderful, faithful guy, and he had a genuine question of me about why I was still Catholic. The 2002 sex abuse scandal had erupted over 10 years before, and what about it made me still be Catholic. And so I said things about the faith and how it's true, even though there's sinners, and da-da-da-da. But then I started talking about how we could have done better, saying like, yeah, we cooperated with the authorities, a whole new round of like things we have to do to ensure the safety of children. I got fingerprinted when I started working for the church. Every 2 or 3 years, I have to go through virtus training. This does make our church so much safer for children, and that's all good, but we didn't, as a church, repent. There was very little ashes and sackcloth and rending of garments when 2002 went down. And even though there are fixes in how we do things on the day-to-day, now with the release of the grand jury statement from Pennsylvania, we see what happens when we don't repent, when the bishops sit there and do something other than what they were supposed to do. I spent most of my day today reading this document, grand jury from 6 Pennsylvania dioceses, and it is 800 pages of the most vile shit you have ever read in your life, and interspersed in it is these skillful tales of covering it up. We were so good at covering this up. Our bishops were so well rehearsed and so talented and just so expert at covering this up. 300 named predator priests in 6 of our dioceses. There are 197 particular churches, dioceses, or things that are structured like a diocese in the United States. Out of 6 of them, 300 priests were credibly accused wretched things to children. And our bishops are sitting there giving PR statements and talking about how they apologize and they are deeply saddened, and fuck no. I'm sorry, that's not enough. The bishops should all be standing in front of their cathedrals dressed in sackcloth and ashes, whipping themselves, begging for forgiveness. They should give homilies for the next year talking about how they are repenting. The whole church is repenting. The whole church is lamenting. They're the leaders of the church that has done this, and whether it did this on their watch or not is one thing. If it did do it on their watch and they knew about it and they covered it, many worse things should happen to them. But even if it didn't, like, they're the leaders of the church that did this, and they need to show that they are repentant and lamenting. Those are the 2 words I'm going to repeat a lot. Repentant and lamenting. And even me, I was never abused by a priest. No one I know has ever told me they were abused by a priest, so maybe it happened to someone I know and they just never said. As far as I know, the sex abuse scandal has never directly affected me. But still, I am a victim of the sex abuse scandal. Every Catholic is a victim of the sex abuse. Most of us are minor victims, but victims nonetheless. My tithing money went to pay off these settlements. My tithing money today goes to pay off retirement money for guys who were convicted of molesting children. I heard and was inspired by homilies of bishops that I later heard, credibly enough, accused of abusing children. My own faith has been challenged. I have watched my friends leave the church because of these things. The bishop's response then and apparently now is to do PR moves and to hire lawyers and public relations firms so that they can look better and not to repent and lament of what we have wrought. It's like, I'm a victim, but I'm also like a Catholic. Catholicism in its structural sense is what's causing all of this pain. On a level, I need to repent as well. I need to lament on both sides of that equation. I'm literally gonna shut this off and read the book of Lamentations because I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. I'm utterly confused. I don't know what to do. And the bishops are sitting there making sure that they are safe. I can't take that anymore. I'm calling on all the bishops, whatever that means. I'm calling on all the bishops to repent and lament of what has happened. I'm literally writing a letter to my bishop tomorrow, asking him specifically to repent of what has happened, to lament the pain, and to publish the list for our diocese. The list of credibly abused men, even if they've already died, using the Bishop of Harrisburg as an example of someone who published it because he had to. That's what was necessary to heal the church. Repenting and lamenting and finally purging is what's going to heal this church. Not reminding us that most priests are good, which is true, and not reminding us children are actually quite safe in Catholic churches, which is true. The repenting and the lamenting that will actually get it to work. Otherwise, we're just lying to ourselves and to the whole world, and that will never be an effective way to spread the gospel or be the church. I am fed up. We will not be healed until those lists are published, until our bishops repent and lament. Please tell your bishops the same thing. I'm done.